spawn is for the hunter, no man's land. The survivors will be in front and to the left. This is a survivor favored spawn because there's a key spawn notifying where the hunter is. And if they know this, then they will utilize it. But it looks like is that the mechanic? Yes.
Yeah,
the mechanic has
ran
right into the Bloody Queen, which is quite unfortunate. Slacks the pallet, doesn't know she's going to respect that. First mirror going off. Misses the hit. This is a very crucial point. If she can hit this mechanic, she'll be at a good pace. But it looks like she has to flip. Gaza, what do you think of this?
So it really comes down to that first mirror blocking. The cooldown for the mirror is so long that missing one of your mirrors is gonna lengthen the survivor's kite with at least 30 seconds. However, on the other hand, it does seem like the mechanic wasn't able to deploy her block, so if she can actually manage to get it down, which she gets here with the M1 hit...
She gets a free hit on them. This is detrimental because the BQ now has a mirror that can instantly down her with nothing to block. Yep, just like that. She had a good start in kite, but giving that free hit without the mirror just sold it away as if it had never happened. Looks like the pacing of the match could go either way because we see Cyphers being at 60-70 and the pace is set at a decent amount. Hunter or Survivor favored could go either way, like I said, and yeah. Now gonna mirror onto the Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper's gonna use a shovel to absorb the hit. He does not want to give a free hit. If he does, it could be a big problem.
Definitely a beautiful shot from the Gravekeeper there, but
yeah,
still being pushed off the Cypher.
Alright.
Ooh, nice body block.
So we're gonna see some tight kiting go off while the mirror's still recovering. 2, 1, here it goes. But this is quite an awkward spot to put it. But looks like it forced out another bot. So Mechanic had never dropped bots of the code. Very interesting strategy utilized here right now. We see the Merc decoding middle. Disrespecting the pallet, but Mechanic has just walked right through it. Oh, disrespects it, but Mechanic has taken advantage and taken note of their chase style. This is why Hunters typically change their chase style after 2 to 3 swings, so they cannot become predictable.
Yeah, let's see how the Mechanic is going to rebound from this. Gonna be really hard considering this is Black Queen.
Ooh, how did she miss that? I don't know, but there's the hit right there. But here's the thing. It's like this saying that goes, if your opponent is the mountain, be the sea. And if they are the sea, be the mountain. You never do the same move once or twice. Because...
You're definitely right about that.
Yeah, I heard that from Arrow. It's a good show. You definitely should watch it.
Oh, I'll definitely check it out sometime.
Yeah, I heard that from Arrow. That was from Malcolm Merlin. I'm just a fan. Anyways, we see the Gravekeeper going for the rescue. 2 Cyphers left, one at 28% and the other fresh. So this is looking like a tie because if the Bloody Queen just gets a basic rescue, she's going to kill the mech and it's going to be okay. But looks like she's being really patient with this right now. Can she stuff? Nope, it's the chair. Beautiful patience by the Gravekeeper. Here comes the mech going into the pallet, but there's nothing she can do against this Mirror of Justice, and Justice has been saved. There goes the Mechanic. Looks like she's going to die over here because she does not want to disturb the progress going on No Man's Land and Sandbag. Because if she does, this could look more than a loss. Nice balance stun.
That was a great balance stun. I was about to say the Gravekeeper in a bit of a tricky spot here. He's going to try and pressure the Blood Queen here, especially with
never really seen this, but dying in a pallet, yeah. He technically could, but looks like he
no!
And oh no!
He could really not afford to take that hit.
This is a problem.
Especially considering the Gravekeeper is out of shuffle, so he does have nothing to tank the mirror hits. He could not really afford to get hit there. The other rescuers do still have some items, so they have some room to work with, but it really comes down to whether they can get that last Cypher prime.
Going after the first officer now, we can typically see that Hunters don't chase and tunnel one target once their kill has been secured. They will more prioritize Cypher progress, because if they don't, they will just get rushed down. Because if you tunnel somebody who goes factory, well, guess what? They could definitely kite you until time. So they like to, like the Bloody Queen's doing here, instead just get a hit and move on and just focus on Cypher progress. Looks like the Merc is taking these 2 pallets, but given the free hit, unfortunately, because this area, Bloody Queen's hitbox is quite vast and can hit through the pallets quite easily with ease. And here comes the first officer using his pocket watch. It's going to make it very difficult for the BQ to see him. And it's like as if she almost lost him completely, which is what we see since the adjustment.
So I do want to point out, by the way, that the survivors did a really good job disturbing the ciphers as they are on either sides of the map. So the Blood Queen will have to use a mirror to pressure either of those. And there we have the cipher pop.
I don't know about that pop though. She has a mirror up. Maybe waiting for a mirror and a down would have been a better idea. Because look, we see the Gravekeeper go down right now. I don't know about the pop, but
yeah, it's really unfortunate for them that the Gravekeeper was the one who was being chased here. The others could have still worked around the mirror since they still had their items, but finding the Gravekeeper here really puts them at a disadvantage.
This is why we typically see them wait for a mirror to go up, because if they don't, then that would just happen, like we just saw right there. Their survivor will get down by the next mirror, assuming the BQ places it correctly. Looks like we see the first officer trying to go in for a rescue. I don't know about this, but I mean, his pocket watch, if you didn't know, Daza, now allows him to live 5 seconds after taking a hit if he has the hypnosis effect on. But it's kind of far from a gate and risky.
Oh
no! That's
what a beautiful mirror, though!
What a mirror! And now this forces the mercenary to go for the rescue, but the Bloody Queen likely knows this, and well, we'll make eye contact. This is really awkward. Oh, nice elbow pad. Beautiful, beautiful.
Is the mercenary actually going to be able to make the lead? It doesn't seem to be the case, because the mirror is off cooldown too.
Elbow pads. Oh no! He's gonna get hit, likely, or farm his target. Either way, not good for the survivors. Takes the hit, but this gate is not open. Remember that. They can't do anything. And there goes the other survivor with the mirror up. This is looking like she'll down the Gravekeeper and secure a 3-man victory here as we see the first officer running to check it.
Oh no, what a turn of events though.
Yeah, honestly, the first officer did unfortunately try to go for a rescue, which I do not think was necessary in this case. Taking a tie against the tie queen, which is what they call it a lot, is just ideal. If you manage to get the tie, take the tie, because you can see that if survivors ever try to get the extra point, it normally does not go well.
Yeah, indeed. It definitely did not turn out into their favor. So like you said, definitely take the tie, especially considering this is the first round. So basically on the survivor side, any points you can possibly get, you should definitely take them, because especially in NAU server, in tournaments, you see a lot of hunters formatting in the first rounds. So if you can actually manage to get 2 survivors out of the gate at the start, that could make a huge advantage for your team. Especially considering that the hunters still have a lot of hunters to choose from. Also in the second round, they may be able to ban the Dream Witch, but we currently have Sculptor, who's really strong. We have Anne, who has been upcoming in the meta as well as Bonbon, who is still also be able to get those ties in. So it does leave a lot of room for the hunters to work with, especially since this now is a 3-man.
Well, I may or may not have just correct. That's unfortunate. That's tragic.
It's assumed to be too scary, so that's why they had to ban it. Also, it is kind
just
of risky.
Just because she looks like something from Resident Evil doesn't mean that's scary. She spawns Jack. All survivors will be in front and to the right of her. This is a survivor favorite spawn as well, because we have 2 survivors near factory and 2 near back ruin gate, which both strong kiting areas. It looks like Seer's taking first kite, and we saw the Dream Witch adjustment giving them a notification of some sort to know when Dream Witch is near. So this is why the Seer knew immediately. Back then, it was just all up to teammate callouts and whether or not they saw the little girl moving forward. But it's also a Seer, so we probably saw it with his ability.
Yeah. Oh, she got stuck there for a second. Still managed to get the hit before the Seer got the follow, so that's a decent start for the survivors. And we do have a boss coming in. What I did not really talk about, which I still did want to point out, is with the Explorer, is somewhat of a risk in the first round, because generally you do see a lot of Dream Witches in the first round, and Dream Witch is a a good counter to the Explorer, as he cannot really hide that well from her. However, on the other hand, do have to point out that endgame, if the Explorer actually manages to rotate away from Dream Witch, those pages can really come and bite her back, because she's not able to camp the ciphers as well, since he can just pop it with his pages.
Look at this sandwich going off right now, Dazza. She got 2 followers. It's like, where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? You can't go anywhere. I'm not gonna let you go anywhere. But wow, nice balance.
Gets the
good knowledge by the seer, knowing that whenever they leave a follower dormant, it will just walk wherever. So close the pallet, stop their movement, and yeah, he's moving back.
Yeah, but the Dream Witch is not letting the Seer escape this area. We're doing a great job on that. However, Seer is doing the best he can with the area he currently has to still kite as long as possible. Tight kiting is generally not something you want to do too much against most hunters, but it's definitely working in the Seer's favor here.
Okay, so we see the follower hit the Seer with a blink. The blink was not used to gain a hit, but rather to gain distance. This will considerably speed up the pace of the hunter, because the hunter, remember, their goal is to down their first target as soon as possible. If they allow survivors to code too much, they will be going at an uncomfortable pace. And since survivors all have communication in this case, being a tournament setting, it will be detrimental for the hunter if they do not get their kill quite quickly. And it looks like the Seer already absconded all the way to Factory, which is quite nice with survivors. However, quite a pain for the Dream Witch.
Yeah, no, definitely. It is still possible for the Dream Witch, of course, to get a sandwich off in the hospital, but considering that there is several, there's like 3 openings, and there's a lot of pallets around it as well, does give the Seer a lot of opportunities to just work around this area.
Ooh, that blink, but not knowing where the Seer is going to be. But look at that, we got the basement. It's going to be a whole basement party. Now, typically, when you get basement after a good kite, it's almost as if you didn't kite good at all. Because now you have a basement to deal with. And a hunter like Dream Witch, who can patrol multiple areas at once, who has ultimate map control, will be able to see where the rescuer is coming from, most likely. And that is a big problem. This is why typically we avoid basement areas, because we do not want to reset our good kite as if we didn't do one in the first place, correct?
No, indeed.
Here comes the Merc. Looks like he couldn't get an elbow pad off in time.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a double hit for the Mercenary here.
Ooh, that's detrimental. Now he's gonna try to protect the Seer as much as he can, but looks like the Dream Witch read their movement and waited, did the long hit instead of the short, because they knew what kind of movement survivors would do to try to body block. But now he's got double down. A double down for a Dream Witch especially is huge. This pace has now been turned in favor of the hunter, because 2 survivors down as a Dream Witch who can patrol the remaining ciphers being currently operated on will know exactly what to do and what's going on.
Yeah, however, on the other hand, we do see that the forward is about to pop the 3rd cipher. The Explorer is holding on to a 50% page. He's currently digging another one as well.
Dig. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
I'm so sorry.
To have a bit of fun. Don't worry about it.
I am so sorry about that. I had tendencies. I had urges.
Ooh, gets the stun on the chair and another stun.
Follow-up stun to let the Seer get away. But it looks like Seer's not leaving Factory. They really want to utilize it as much as they can. Now being dead on chair, the dungeon, or meant the basement, my apologies, is no longer a liability, but more like just there. It's just like background now. But it looks like we see the Dream Witch knows exactly where he's going and is going to down him right here, right now. The forward looks like he's trying to set up some harass. Forward is the tide turner of the game, the literal game changer.
Yeah, especially there is only one more cipher remaining, and it's at 55%. If the forward can actually manage to get this off.
Ooh, no, gets hit instead. She predicted his movement. Forward going a little late on that stun, and the Dream Witch knew exactly what he was doing. You try to stun me, I will smack you instead, because I know exactly what you're thinking. Cypher goes off right here. It's Dream Witch. We cannot say for sure if it's a tie or not, because Dream Witch has just such good movement and such good control over the map. Switches to teleporter here in order to stop the gate being open, because all they need is 20 seconds.
Yes, indeed. So this is gonna be really interesting to see what the Dream Witch is gonna do here.
Conserving elbow pads at the end game, like the Mercenary did, is a very good idea. Because if you have at least 1 or 2 of your resources to conserve for the end game, you will most likely do a longer end game kite, giving you a higher chance of getting your gates open when you get downed. Because if they're not open when you're down, your teammates may be in a pickle. But this is not looking like it's a pickle for Team Tickle, because Team Tickle got this in the bag. They don't even need a nickel for their pickle. Okay, I am so sorry. I had to drop the doctor keys, you feel me? Merc is getting chased at Triple Pallet near dungeon. If a Merc is allowed to die near dungeon, and the Dream Witch does not respond and answer, picking him up immediately, he could crawl there, and that's what she's not going to do. Or is not what she wants to do. So she's probably going to chair the Merc? Nope, she sees the Explorer.
No, it does seem like Iron Thorns is playing it really safely here, not rushing the gates, probably just waiting out the detention, or looking for an opening to get through those gates and still get a tie out of this. However, this does of course also give the Dream Witch a lot more time to work with the Mercenary.
Especially downing the Explorer right there. Mercenary takes a very long time to heal up as well. Oh, did you know that they made it a little less time for him to heal up? So they buff nerfed him. Yeah, it's quite interesting.
But it still seems to be not quick enough for the Mercenary to get up in time. So now we have both Explorer and the Mercenary on the chairs. We kind of see a similar thing going on in this last match where the survivors did have a decent start. But
there's
coming in with another stun.
Wait a minute, is that gate open?
It sure is open.
If Merc can take the hit for the forward, they will both get out. Let's see how well they can play this. Waiting. Look at the patience. Oh no. Run. That is not what you do. But it looks like the win will be secured by the Hunter again. Because Merc was not able to body block, unfortunately. But it looks like he's trying to heal stall. Nope, not anymore. There's not much you can do. Oh no.
That would have been such a beautiful play.
That's so tough.
That was really close.
Could not get the body block off.
Wow. I mean, imagine if the Mercenary would have been able to get the body block off and it still would have resulted in a tie. That would mean for Iron Thorns that they would actually win this round. So that would have been a huge play right there at the end. Sadly, did not get it off. Gets a 3-man elimination, so that means the rounds are now tied actually. We had a 1 survivor escape on both sides.
Dream Witch, as we see, you can only see same results whenever you see the first match end in a certain way, the second match most likely will end the second way. But that depends on the survivors' techniques and tactics. We cannot assume, only a correlation, that is all.
Yes, indeed. We do see that Mercenary and Seer did have a lot of containment going on. But yeah, especially with hunters such as Dream Witch, the containment times don't really mean a lot since she makes up for that with the map pressure that she has, and she showed that beautifully at the end, getting the Explorer and the Mercenary down. This is gonna be really interesting. I am so excited
it's the
for this
Woopod
match.
skin. It's a joke. Do you know about the Woopod's joke?
I actually do not. Oh, we are.
Okay. We can explain it. They pause it. We can explain it. Okay. Do you notice how his head looks like an AirPod? That's why we call him Woopod.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm sorry I ruined that for you, but my girlfriend ruined that for me.
Oh,
so,
no. You did not have to ruin that for me, especially since the Broken Blossom skin is actually something that I was on a cosplay.
Now I can't see it as anything else but the Woopod skin.
Oh no.
I am so sorry, Daz. I should not have done that to you. Survivors are in front and to the... Let me turn off camera files real quick. Right, left of the Hunter. This is a Survivor favorite spot, actually, because they are so close to good kiting areas. 1 ship, 1 shack, and 1 shore. But it looks like they will be rotating into the Crab Shack because they're trying to see if he doesn't expect
he does have that tinnitus
to go
here
Crab Shack.
from that bot, so he's actually acknowledging that he's not gonna find the person who is probably hiding over there and not onto the wildling.
Saw the pig, man.
Yeah.
That pig is a dead giveaway. You see Uncle Pumbaa over there. You're like, hey, yo.
Yeah, now we have the first officer, though. It's also not really a target you want to chase, because if he is...
Especially his buff, given that he can add 30 seconds to his kite with that Watcher boost.
Yes.
It's like the Wu Chang's having a tough start. And we can see he's running Blink. If he teleports on this person, whoever it is, he has to commit. Priestess or Mech. It's double or nothing, and it's the Priestess. Here we go. Let's begin this chase. Priestess is going to be moving to Little Boat. Little Boat is a very strong area for the Priestess to utilize, as she can portal through it freely. And she's going to utilize the Little Boat loop window in order to buy her time to place a portal, most likely. Or she's just going to keep running around. Conserving your items is also very important. Running to the next window. No broken windows. Cannot utilize a speed boost. But Hunter is at a bad pace right now. Look at the survivors. All ciphers are 70% done. This is very unfortunate for the Hunter. If he downs this Priestess soon, it will still be a 3 cipher kite.
However, like you said, there is no broken windows. I'm curious if this Priestess would actually bring Tide Turner. Oh, we do have the Insolence popping in here.
Oh, the Insolence is in. Looks like she has to give a free hit here to avoid the Terror Shock. He's got Blink. This is what I think is the DX build, as All For One referred to it as. It's Insolence with up power a bit. And tonight.
Oh no, he misses his Blink! No!
Oh, that's tragic. This is real bad, because now, after missing his trait, he overshoots the teleport. Priestess just going fine and dandy, no confined space to block off that window. Abusing that window absolutely perfectly. Now going to
Chris is doing a beautiful job looping this area. Also, something we have to take note of, we are 2 ciphers. The mechanic spot hasn't been used up until the Priestess got hit. So they have an entire bot to still do 1 cipher. Well, there's only 2 ciphers remaining. This is really rough on Wu Chang.
Nice bell. The bell is going to slow down the Priestess a bit, but Hunter's at such an uncomfortable pace. Look at the ciphers, not dying on anyone either, which means the Hunter will not have free leeway of control on the cipher. His presence is not made imminent this match.
Yeah, so basically, to talk a little bit about this build, this is basically the sort of build that has to make up for Wu Chang's early game, as it's not that strong. He doesn't have a lot to work with, so the fact that he has basically this bad of an early game, because the Priestess did incredibly well, and they also did a great job rotating at the start.
First officer giving a free hit here. Why would he decode by the chair? I don't know, but that was certainly a questionable decision by the first officer. But you do not want to decode
Ooh, and now
decoding
onto the
Hunter will give them leeway and control. But looks like he's teleporting onto the mech. We can see Wu Chang is now prioritizing ciphers. Did you notice that? He doesn't care about his target. He just needs to make sure that they do that to done.
If he can manage to... Oh!
Nice!
What a beautiful down on mechanic!
Disrespect at the pallet. The mech did not expect him to disrespect it, so therefore he just flowed right through it. Very good.
Is the Wu Chang actually gonna be able to make up for this?
Condensed in one area. Alright, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was about to say, I wonder if the Wu Chang is actually gonna be able, considering the build he has. It's typically a more... ooh, the priest is not
He failed the portal juke. Oh no, they're on the same side, but Wu Chang did not notice this in time. And could not punish her for her mistake. Because we see hunters, a good hunter will know how to punish. Punishing is making sure that the survivors regret making that mistake of theirs. Like in this case, the priestess's mistake was failing the portal juke. The punish would have been a free hit or a down since she's half health.
Yeah, also do notice, by the way, how the mechanic used her bot to not only rescue herself, but also to heal herself, making sure that the first officer could continue to decode as the priestess and the wildling were containing the hunter.
Tagging the mechanic and going back to the cipher is definitely the good move. But as we can see here, that's not the cipher they're focusing on. The cipher they're focusing on is indeed middle. They have hoodwinked him. He's been finessed.
Oh, and his Ryan too.
They finessed him. They really baited him with a fake cipher. They had enough time because with A lot of survivors being healed and not anyone in imminent danger, they can do stuff like this.
Ooh, and there
Giving
we have the
survivors
ball.
time is also very dangerous.
This was somewhat of a dangerous spot, but considering the first officer still has 2 watches, it's... Oh!
He knew where he was!
Wow!
Excellent blink. He knew his patterns of rotation. He knows how first officer thinks. He's got a quick down. With Wu-Tang detention, depending on which gate he checks, he might be able to make it with his ability to teleport and cover maps so fast.
Oh, what a beautiful blink. Is
He
he
knew
actually
exactly
gonna be
where he
able to
was.
still get a tie out of this match, even though the gate's already opened? You're
Oh
out.
no, he went to the wrong gate. The gate he should have gone to is cornfield, but obviously he did not know that. This is a good game by both sides. Hunter was a very uncomfortable pace, making it hard for him to focus clearly and execute his decisions accurately.
Yeah, like we see here, we have 120 seconds off containment from the priestess. That was a beautiful
I
early
accidentally
game
exited
kite.
out. That is my bad, Butterfingers.
Don't worry about it. I still have stats open, so I'm just kind of like quickly run
Awesome!
through
That's
it a
your
bit.
turn then.
So, absolutely beautiful kite from the Priestess early game. Like he said, with the build this Wu Chang had, he did rely on that early game to basically make up for that. Because what you see is either they go the double teleport, go for map pressure, or they go an instance blink build to make sure they get that first down quickly enough. But the Priestess just did not give him any space to do so. And then basically just leaving, especially since the Priestess only took the first hit as late as she did, gave the mechanic a lot of time to decode with her full decoding speed, getting 221% on decoding, even though she used most of her bot to do a rescue on herself and heal herself twice. So really well played from Team Tickle here, and that makes a 3 survivor escape.
This means that the double rescuers will be there to try to take the first kite, the seer's there to provide the owl, and the explorer's there to decode on his merry way. But if we see the explorer overcommit into his page before he is fully committed onto a target, then he will most likely run quenching effect and teleport.
Yeah, and it does indeed seem like he has that quenching effect, so... It does find
And here comes the
here.
seer, taking little boat. Obviously, he doesn't know this yet. Seer's trying to conceal his identity as much as he can because he needs to be able to maybe give the Bonbon hope that he could be chasing an explorer. But Seer's doing such a good job at identity concealment. Double back to determine it's the Seer. Predicted his movement. Quite good, quite good. Dodges the chain bomb. The route he's taking right now is not favorable, but it looks like he's back on track. Gets chain bomb the owl. Giving a physical against a chip hunter is detrimental. Now instead of 4 bombs, they only need 2. So this is where the pace is going. Looks like he's committing to the target. So Explorer should be fine to decode on his merry way. Now that quenching effect will no longer take effect since he's gained presence.
Yeah, this indeed seems to be the case. The Explorer is starting inside forever. Of course, Seer is somewhat of a vulnerable target against his Bonbon, as the owl can just get chipped away by those bombs.
And I think that's exactly what we just saw. A well-placed time bomb will indeed stop that. The range of the bomb just barely missing that. The tip of it could not hit the Seer, but it looks like he's ran out of bombs. So what we see with Bonbon now that he has economy. Bonbon needs good economy at the start. If he gets chain bomb and he uses them all, expires them all, then he will not be able to connect them. Like right here, he has to wait for another bomb to generate. Saving the bombs would have been a wiser decision because then he would be able to do more chain bombs. Now we can see him waiting for the chain bomb, but look at that.
What a such a beautiful job juking.
That
wow.
so much time. Jesus
the Seer
Christ,
managing to
like
oh, he does take the hit there, but the Seer managing to avoid so many hits, guided all the way from small boat to the big boat. That's really impressive.
Boat to boat, man. Like, what is this? The docks? Like, jeez. This isn't no ship economy. This is Lakeside Village. Like, this Seer's sailing his way to victory, but looks like he's dying in near the forward. So forward is going in for this rescue.
Oh, I am really curious to see how this Bonbon is gonna camp now with this nerd.
Full bombs, anything can happen. He's fully loaded. Uh, carefully observing the movement of the mercenary, predicting where he's going to move. Looks like he's just going to get a fast save, and he's not going to worry about trying to stuff or anything. But it's a viable strategy. Good chain bomb, because making sure that the rescuer gets rescued.
Ooh, beautiful time bomb
Not the
there.
rescuer. The target gets rescued quickly means that he has less time to worry about ciphers.
Yeah, and especially considering this is a mercenary, it would have taken another bomb hit to actually stuff the rescuer there.
Mercenary is a tough rescuer for something like Bonbon for sure. Which is why we see Merc bans sometimes if a Bonbon's confident they can get it fast down, meaning he doesn't have to worry about mechanic. But that is for confident Bonbons. But with the recent nerf, maybe mechanic is just forced to be his ban.
Yeah, no, that could definitely be the case, and because his other ban was Priestess, and especially on a map like Lakeside, he just cannot afford to let a Priestess.
Ooh,
He got
a
bombed out of
1-for-1
his
trade by the
football.
Bonbon. Oh, good chain bombs. Trying to get a stuff. Looks like the forward's gonna dip. He's like, nope, heck.
Yeah, he
not.
realized he
Outta
cannot
here.
make that anymore as he got that early bomb hit.
Another chain bomb used to stop the football's momentum. Good chain bombs by the Bonbon. Ford's gonna use football to gain distance.
He
Barely
doesn't have any
outdistancing
football
that chain bomb.
anymore.
Barely, just barely. And looks like he's gonna go down here with no pallets, no resources. Bonk. There we go.
Wow. Also,
Hunter's
did
actually had a good
bomb.
pace, Daza. Hunter's
Yeah.
had a great pace.
The mercenary was working on that middle cipher, which the forward now gets shared at. It's less than ideal, of course.
Yes, Hunters has such a viable pace. Just by making sure that forward did not rescue, turned the tide of the game.
Yeah,
Knowing
that
where
was-
both of them too. Remember what I said about information, and he has it. He has the information he needs to execute his plan. He knows where both survivors are, and now he knows which ciphers will be worked on. Now all there is left to do is wait. Wait to see if they make any more mistakes, or wait to see which ciphers will get done.
Is the mercenary gonna be able to get this before half? Yes, he is!
My man. Good job.
What a
Mercenary.
beautiful rescue from the mercenary there.
Yeah, the Hunter is going at such a good pace, though. He doesn't need to worry about a successful rescue. Both ciphers being at 20% is so much time for a Bonbon.
Yeah, and
Especially
the forward
because
is
he can
only
just whittle
one
away
chip
at this
away.
forward's health.
Yeah.
Not even needing to hit the bombs, just making sure he catches up. That's all.
Yeah, the
You don't
forward,
even
of
need to hit
course, is out of football, so there's not a lot he can do. There's no way the forward was gonna rebound. He does have half a share left, but especially considering the mercenary is at 3/4 damage, there's not a lot he can do. And the explorer sure as heck cannot rescue against Bonbon.
Oh no, Explorer has nothing to utilize against dodging chain bombs and successfully rescuing. Here's the thing about Bonbon.
He's still
You
gotta
said that
try
the
it,
map
though.
is too big for him. And oh, he's still going for it. He wants it, man. There's a will, there's a way. But oh wow, these chain bombs. Reading the movement and oh, he's in this
I
way.
really admire the courage of this explorer, realizing that they have to rescue the forward if they wanted to have a chance at a tie at the very least, but sadly did not manage to do so because, like I said, it's just an explorer. He doesn't have anything to work with on that chair.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. You need something to help you against something like Bonbon. Like I said, you see that? He's not even needing to land them. He just wants to slow Merc down to speed up and bonk him on the head, which is what we just saw. But Bonbon, here's the thing. The survivors did not utilize the map size or width at all. Because by decoding ciphers too close to a hunter like that, you just took away the big disadvantage that he is slow. You need to utilize the disadvantage that Bonbon takes like a year to walk.
Yeah, I mean, look at the time that has passed right now. The explorer just picked himself up when the mercenary got down, and he's now all the way on the other side of the small boat because the Bonbon just had to walk over.
He doesn't know where he is. The explorer might have just goaded. Oh, I hope he sees the blood.
No,
He
he
doesn't
did not
see the
see the
blood.
tracks! Oh
He
no!
doesn't know where he is.
Is the
He's
explorer
still
actually
missing.
gonna be able to hide from the Bonbon here?
Yes, even full size. Look, he's just chilling full size. I don't
No
know,
way.
man. There's a will, there's a way, Dazzle. There's a
The-
will, there's a way.
No, wait, imagine if the mercenary is able to find a syringe from a chest or something.
Oh man, the merc should be decoding right now. Look at all this time the explorer's buying, but
Oh, no,
forces him
he
out of his
forced
hiding
him
spot.
in.
Sees the blood, has to see the blood now, or maybe.
No, it's hidden by the haystack.
Oh,
No!
he did it!
Oh no! No
Oh,
way! The
goodness.
haystack and the windmill just blocked the vision.
Yes, literally, the vision of the explorer's tracks have been obscured by the windmill, and this obscuration will change the pace of the game. But looks like the hunter still doesn't have much to worry about, judging from both self-heals being expired and ciphers not being nearly close enough to be popped. The hunter has no worries about not finding the explorer. This is why we saw him teleport. Great
Yeah.
timer bomb. Very good timer bomb.
That was a beautiful. Those are actually two beautiful bombs on the merc. That was a really quick down.
I'm saying, and now Sophie's gone. It's the game of attrition. You pick yourself up, I can simply just knock you back down. It's like bowling for this hunter right now.
Yeah, no, definitely, and that's basically the sad thing about situations such as these. What happens a lot is the hunter is just gonna go back and forth between the. Oh, I really hear an echo. I think it's
Oh,
from your
goodness
side.
gracious, Dazzle. We see that he does not know, once again, where little man is hiding. Little Timmy is gone. Little Timmy is long gone, man.
Mhm.
He's trying to take the lunch money from Little Timmy, but Little Timmy already cashed it in. He's already going to Chick-fil-A, man. Little Timmy's cashing his lunch check. It's over, man. Can't steal lunch money anymore. Little Timmy is gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, imagine if the explorer is gonna be able to pick up the mercenary here.
I think he saw the explorer. Okay, I would have seen the explorer, but like, I don't think he did. But you know, wait, he did? Maybe?
No, he did not.
Okay.
No, he did not. see the explorer.
Holy cow. He is so close. He is pulled up to the McDonald's next to the Chick-fil-A.
Imagine, the explorer.
He pulled up
Oh.
the Chick-fil-A!
He found him.
Like, I'm
He
stealing your
actually
lunch
found
money
him.
whether you like it or not. Get over here. Give me your lunch money. And the explorer will go down soon with no options.
no.
That's GG.
Imagine
And
if he
the
was
victory.
actually able to get the dungeon there. Wow, that was some great hiding though. But
Amazing
Oh,
hiding
man.
utilized by the explorer. Using the map's tall grass patches in order to obscure the vision of the hunter. Fantastic. But to no means, GG, Hunter gets a 4-man victory.
yeah, no, that one stopped rescue the forward had to do there really turned the game into the Bonbon's favor.
Oh yeah, for sure. Quickly changing the tide of the game. That long end game kite, that long beginning game kite, my apologies, was just absolutely destroyed after he prevented forward from rescuing. Preventing that rescue was key to changing the tide of the game. Survivors also making the mistake of not utilizing the width of the map was also quite apparent, because decoding a cipher near Bonbon is absolutely just detrimental to your progress. It looks like he was sold on the pawn market. He bought that off of like a street market. But yeah, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. Survivors are in front of them, all of them. And this is a hunter favored spawn. See, he already has line of sight on one of the survivors. It is the forward. So since he had line of sight on a survivor already, he already can deduce where the others are. Having line of sight is just so important early game. Nice prediction by the forward. Very nice prediction. Very, very nice prediction.
So it
That
does
was
seem
so-
like the hunter is in fact bringing a teleport and not have finishing effects. So this is gonna be really rough for him. Running into the fort first, now the Gravekeeper.
Not the Gravekeeper. We should not see the Gravekeeper use the shovel immediately. Needs to make sure the Hunter commits, but uh-oh, there's the shovel. Hunter will most likely just hit it and run. Because we know committing to a Gravekeeper can be catastrophic for Hunters. But it looks
Where
like he might
is
be
he?
committing, actually. Or waiting for him to
Oh
lead
no,
him into
he's
his
kiting
teammate.
right into
That's
the
what he's
armor.
waiting for. He's waiting for the teammate. Oh, nice
Wow.
Good prediction of where he'd hide behind that pallet.
Right, so the embalmer was in fact able to get away from the shack, luckily enough not get spotted out. This of course disrupted the side rush a bit, so not really fortunate for these survivors as the forward had a late start on the side as well. But so far,
Oh yeah, for sure.
if the Gravekeeper can manage to basically utilize all the shuffle here and maybe get somewhere where he could do, where he could basically guide until the other sides are about to pop.
Man, look at this Axe Boy struggling to hit him. He's Gravekeeper's like, you're gonna chase me, I'm gonna make it a pain in the behind to chase. And looks like he's doing this very well. Good patience by the Gravekeeper.
Oh,
Baiting a blink right there. That's why he swung at the pallet. He's like, I'm gonna blink, but looks like he baited out the Gravekeeper and fall back right into his arms. What a good pace reset for the Axe Boy. Pace of the survivors is 2 ciphers completed, but having a down like that without needing to use his trait is huge.
Yeah, plus the fact Gravekeeper doesn't have any shots.
Knows where the rescuer is too. This is such a good pace for the Axe Boy. If he can land a fireball and a double hit, he will be at even a greater pace. But looks like the Merc's falling for it. Merc thought he was gonna fireball him right there, runs back, loses some distance. Might be after half.
Nice
Might be after
dodge.
half.
Yes, the terror shock!
Before half though. Man, there's no way to react to that swing.
Oh
The
no!
Merc absorbed.
Wow!
No way, swinging a little too early. The Merc absorbing the blink. And he's like, I got you, buddy. You are not going down on my terms. Dodging a fireball.
Gets hit too! No way!
Goodness gracious, that is how you do it.
This mercenary is a god at body blocking.
He's crazy. He knew he had his teammates back. Gravekeeper is long gone. He is in Brazil, man, and they are in Tokyo. Like, jeez, he's gone. Ooh, looks like he didn't see the forward right here. Now he sees him. Gets a hit. Oh, this could be bad. This could be really bad for the rest. Can he do it? Can he? Will he?
He can do it. And the mercenary does have 2 elbow pads left to work with, so he is actually able to do a
fireball
rebound
there.
guide.
You need to be patient. They're like foggy blades. You want to be patient with your fireballs. A little hasty right there by the Axe Boy. Giving survivors time.
This puts the survivors in such an advantage, though.
Just that Merc able to cut him off from his target. Saved. Wow, he blocked it off. He gave him no chance.
And now we have a mercenary in factory too.
Another hasty fireball. You need to be patient with those because elevation is a big key on how his fireballs are affected. They'll glide up instead of right to the target.
Yeah, and the mercenary is gone now too.
Mercenary's disappeared. He's into the abyss. No pun intended. Because the game we're playing.
Oh dear. Oh, we do have the forward who is being found. So the forward is injured, so it does have some football to work with. Could potentially do
good
something.
dodge by the forward, knowing that he was fireball
Great
right there.
dodge indeed. But yeah, the forward hasn't been shared yet, so even if the forward goes down, they're still able to make play. Especially since Gravekeeper might have tight turn as well.
Think about it though, it's a full presence Axe Boy. It's anyone's game. Axe Boy, we've seen do some crazy comebacks with him. Axe Boy sees his map control kind of well on certain maps, maybe not on Leo's, but he still has potential. We cannot count anyone out.
Yeah, definitely. So we did see that the team did take some time to get some heals off, and the Gravekeeper is coming in for this rescue.
Teleport already used his trump card. After absorbing that blink, he's traumatized, man. Don't want to blink no more. But now he's on the last cipher with 2 survivors near it, and we can see the Pocket Watch being used. Now, Dazzle, if you didn't know, Pocket Watch buff of refreshing applies to every survivor. The 5 seconds is unique to the first officer, though. The 5-second grace given.
Yeah, and it does seem like the X-Boy knows this very well as well and decides to just not go deal with that, especially considering it's mercenary and he still has 1 chair left. Embalmer is a way easier target.
A little hasty with those fireballs again, not learning his lesson. Survivor's doing a good punish. They're punish, cipher rushing. You miss your fireballs, I'm only going to decode your ciphers quicker and quicker by the minute. in the perspective of the survivors. When I talk like that, I'm talking the perspective of the survivors or the hunters. Because it's good to know what's going on in the game in the moment.
Yeah, you
Because
are definitely right. Does seem like the Embalmer is trying his best to.
oh
he
no,
pulled
wrong
the full
fireball! I've
time!
seen that happen to me so many times.
Oh
That's
no!
wrong fireball, but it looks like they have another cipher.
Yeah,
They
it
don't
does seem
even
to be the
need that
case.
cipher. They're doing Moongate, and it's primed. That bad boy is primed and ready to fire.
So it might be that the exploit is gonna just take his time for a bit, get the flame hit, and waiting out his teleport, knowing that the
He
cipher's like
needs to
friend.
conserve that teleport. This is detrimental to a tie between us.
If he can get the flame hit on the Embalmer here and have the pop on that flame hit, that would
This
be
patience
huge.
is insane. He's not losing patience. He's determined to hit this fireball.
As
Nothing
he
will
should.
deter this axe boy. As
If
he
he-
should. You're right, Daza. As he should.
If he gets the regular hit on this, that's. Oh no! Misses his flame.
Misses it again. They're so patient. Survivors and hunters being equally as patient.
Yeah.
But look, they've deployed a mercenary at Moongate, and it looks like they're lingering around there. So Moongate's going to be their focus. Personally, maybe assigning somebody to the other gate with this much given time is possible,
Misses his
and a
flame
better
hit
idea.
again.
And misses another fireball.
Oh
Here comes the
no! He
teleport,
decides
bud.
to teleport, but
No,
no,
one's
they
on
did
the
not pop
cipher.
it.
What? Oh no, no one's on the cipher. They left.
They
it
all
for
left
there.
for the gate.
They
No.
all left for a gate. Miscommunication resulting in the forwards down. This is so tragic. Like, having this many survivors at the hands
Oh,
the fireball
no.
too. No one can rescue but the merc. He might want to down the merc here to make sure no one can rescue at all. I think that's what he's trying to do. Guarding the cipher now is going to be a lot easier with injured survivors as opposed to healthy ones.
What a turn of
man.
events. Oh no.
Oh, missed that fireball. If he hit that's for sure a tie at least. And keeping in mind, Gravekeeper is his original target, Dazzler. He has eyes on his original target.
Yeah, he does indeed. So
And,
if he gets,
wow.
will he get the flame hit on the merc? He is trying to hug the mercenary as good as he possibly can to make sure he cannot. He gets it
connects
up.
it! He has no
Oh,
chance
no!
to pop it, but he took advantage of it. Oh goodness gracious! This merc, wow, good pitching from the axe boy, but the survivor should have stayed on that cipher. You cannot leave a cipher unattended by an injured character because they will just die. This is so tragic.
Yeah.
Very tragic for the survivors. Guarding Moongate now, as it was their goal. See what I said about having.
Oh no, and
Survivor
he has eyes on the
Christmas
forward
tree.
too.
Eyes on the forward as well. Using fireballs to speed up does not even need to use them to land hits. This is definitely a turnaround because of the survivor's mistake. Great punish by the hunter.
The
knowing
forward
all
needs
survivors'
to
locations,
escape
He does
here.
not need to worry about camping his target.
If the forward doesn't escape here, there's no way Iron Thorns is gonna be able to win the scrimmage.
Of course, forward needs to escape right here. Survivors had a miscommunication. Needed to plant at least mercenary on that cipher.
Oh no,
Slow
gets
vault,
the slow
it's gonna
fall.
cost them. That's a tie. Wow. I told you can't count anyone out. You cannot count anyone out. Shoves them out. No rescues. Wow. You left my cipher unattended. I will punish you by making sure that somebody dies. And this somebody was the merc in the forward. GG.
Wow, I cannot believe this turn of events. I'll be honest. So of course, Exploit did have a nice start on Gravekeeper, but especially with the body blocking the mercenary, did make sure that this original target could get away. That put them at such an advantage.
The hunter was at such a good pace, but the survivors turned it around, putting the pace in their favor. Pace has quickly changed back to the hunter once he made the executive decision to teleport right to that cipher, and nobody was on it.
Yeah.
Nobody was on it. That is so tragic. Like, you need to plant a survivor that can handle himself on that cipher.
Yeah, no, definitely. That one little mistake definitely cost them the win there, because it was looking like a win. The Embalmer was doing an amazing job containing the hunter there. But yeah,
Jeez.
wow.
Wow.
I cannot believe what happened here.
Ooh, Wu Chang not giving a favorable spawn. Look, he does not have direct line of sight on any sort of survivor whatsoever. Actually, I think he just saw the first officer. Ooh, he should have confidently teleported right there. If he did, he would have scored a free hit. He instead opted to hover.
On the other hand, we now see a double teleport Wu Chang, and he does have quenching effect. So he may very well just go ahead and push everyone off their ciphers. Try to
until he finds Explorer.
Yeah, and just make them waste their items. Like the pocket watch has already been wasted. So if he can also get some football out of this forward, it would actually be really good for him.
Yeah, Wu Chang's playstyle is quite different from other hunters. Wu Chang, you want to expire resources and break pallets. Usually, your beginning chase is not what you're too reliant on if you're running double teleport. You might be relying on your end game. Having 2 teleports for end game, gate to gate, is quite detrimental. As for the survivors, like, if they know, he overshot that teleport.
Oh,
the priestess finessed them, went right past them, and said, "Hey, I'm not here." But
I do wonder, is the priestess gonna be able to kite this Wu Chang again? Because the priestess did an amazing job earlier.
Oh yeah, on Lakeside Village. But looks like he's gonna go to the forward instead. Let's check Cypher progress, shall we? Priestess was interrupted. First officers is about 60. And Explorer is bound, I think?
Yeah,
the heartbeat.
Yeah, no, he's definitely being found here.
Oh, wow. Quenching effect. I don't think the Explorer was tiny when he had quenching up.
Oh no,
the disrespect!
Walk through.
Wow. The pallet so well. Explorer did not expect him to walk right through it. Wow. That's very good discipline by the Wu Chang to walk right through a pallet. Because Wu Chang, you need to change up your chase style. If they read you, they're gonna kite you hard. That's just what I've known. If they read you, see what?
Oh, the blink! What? Even though he didn't even have blink.
Didn't even have blink. What?
He's still got They should. Maybe it was a mistake. It could definitely have been a mistake from the Explorer that he accidentally folded into that.
He might have double tapped his button or something.
Yeah, that could very well be the case because, of course, he did use his teleport to get to the Explorer in the first place. So that may have been a mistake on his part. That's so unfortunate for them.
Yeah, that's tragic, buddy. Anyway, you know, Dazzle, you might be starting a pretty good pace right now, right?
Yeah, but on the other hand...
Nah, it's Wu Chang. You and me know best.
Yeah.
With this pace, it's still in favor of him.
Definitely, because this is definitely snowballing.
Exactly. It's a different one.
Oh no, his presence too now.
Don't give him full presence. We can see that he's probably going to be able to kill the forward before he can harass with his full now given full presence. Might try to predict his dash. He's watching very carefully. This next moment is very important. He might opt to just down the forward. I think that's what he did. Looks like you can't stun anymore. You used your football. I know you can't stun me, but 5 seconds is not a long time. Forward's going for it.
He gets it.
He scored. Here comes the ballot stun. Very nice.
Wow, what a play from the survivors.
Wow, he's not gonna die. Forward's vaulting is so fast. He says, "You think my cooldown is up, but 5 seconds is not long at all." Uh-oh, that bell. I think he thought that his body was facing the pallet, but it was not.
Yeah, but it still worked out for him because the Explorer did get mind game a bit, but the forward is still in the area.
Forward is still walking. Look, he's got half a football on a dream. Like, if there's a will, there's a way. Like I constantly say. Oh, that rhymed. I did not even mean to intend for that to rhyme.
Oh, that was great. I love that.
That was fire, yo. Like, dang. But anyway, sorry, that was cringy.
Gets another stun! While this forward is carrying this match on his back.
Forward is turning the tide. There goes the forward. And he's like, you know what? No, I need to worry about ciphers now. Wu Chang is no longer at a comfortable pace. 1 cipher remaining. Not a comfortable pace for Wu Chang anymore. Wu Chang is now focused on stopping the cipher rush.
But we have to blow the portal.
He took the long portal.
Oh no!
He can teleport right to that cipher. And we're gonna see it go off. No, he should not have taken the long portal. What a mistake. The hunter is now back in his comfortable pace, knowing that the survivors will guarantee the rescue, but he knows exactly where they're going. This is a problem. This is a big problem.
Oh no, now
No
comes
longer
down
at
to
a
the
comfortable pace for the
priestess.
survivors.
This is anyone's game right now.
Like you said, anyone's game. But look, survivors have Moongate. So it looks like it's going to be in their favor again. Survivors have Moongate. It's almost done.
The nice patience on the priestess waiting for it to be primed. Sadly, it isn't Blackguard for him though, so that puts it
He is
somewhat up to
Blackguard. If he does teleport, he's just going to be a White Guard. White Guard is not good for stuffing gates. Oh, there's the pop. No Berserker gonna punish the Wu Chang for not choosing to bring that. Because if he had Berserker right there, he might have gotten that.
No, that's exactly what I meant. If they had were to pop it, that Blackguard
Once again, not facing the right direction. No. But he sees the priestess. He's gonna teleport right on top.
Oh, it's over before he got there.
But first officer goes for the watch. Did he miss the forward?
He missed the forward.
He missed the forward. He did not know. And here's the priestess. Priestess going in. Priestess has portals in a dream. Here we go.
And a dream, like you said. What is she gonna be able to do? If she can manage to contain the hunter long enough for the explorer to get to their gate, they can get a free man out of this. Oh no! That's the
nice air shot. Good read on her motion. Look, Explorer's gate is not open yet. He should chair and immediately not even gonna chair. He's going for it. He's not counting. He's counting his blessings. He's like, you know what? We have time to work with, and that's what we're gonna use. We're gonna use time trying to disrespect that pallet. Oh, what?
That tree blocked it.
That tree OP, man. Like that's the forces of nature are not in favor of this hunter. Oh no, Wu Chang's slow moves being able to be telegraphed. Looks like Explorer's abusing it, but good hit, good down by Wu Chang, but that's a 3-man escape. The pace is being turned so quickly in the game. It's like the game ended so quickly. I didn't have time to keep up with every little thing.
This is, I mean, kind of the same as we saw last game. It was that turned several times. Those were two really exciting matches to watch. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that Iron Thorns was in the position they were in, so they needed to get a 4-man and a 3-man to gain enough points to still be Team Tickle. So it's just a bit unfortunate, but still, those last two matches were really good.